Across the world, we are killing too many dogs needlessly. In Australia, approximately 80% of all dogs that end up in shelters are there due to either dog-to-dog or dog-to-human reactivity. Sadly, this is not a problem that's exclusive to Australia. While this is a startling statistic, the sad truth is that the vast majority of dogs facing euthanasia in these shelters are highly salvageable, and the solutions are often very simple to apply. Their death is not only unnecessary, but is a blight on how many dog owners and dog trainers not only poorly understand dogs, but often unintentionally train them to fail. What is even harder to accept is that the solution to this epidemic of needless stress is available to everyone, and it starts from how we communicate and train our dogs in our homes day to day. We have the ability to channel the drives and instincts of our dogs from potential problems into tools that can make these amazing animals thrive with a mindset based on self-control and low stress, regardless of the environment our dogs are exposed to. Best of all, it can happen at home every single day. We all have the ability to change how our dogs see triggers in life and in turn educate them into making better choices around how to respond to day-to-day situations in a positive and highly constructive way. If this course can change the approach of just one person to achieve a better understanding of what causes reactivity in their dog, then that is one person more than before who has better vision and better skills to help resolve this problem. Thank you for showing interest in this course and in turn helping me at Canine IQ change the world one person and one dog at a time. After separation-related behaviour, the largest cause of behavioural issues that dogs face in society relate to dog-to-dog or dog-to-human reactivity. Now, this is simply because of the amount of triggers or prompts for these behaviours in society that it makes it very, very difficult for a dog to effectively avoid being in situations where it needs to react because it feels threatened or compromised in some way. And to further complicate the problem, a lot of dog training is geared around dealing with the symptoms. So many dog trainers will turn up to people's homes and the first thing that they do is to bring out another dog and see how your dog relates to that. So the dog is then put into a situation of effectively learning how to fail because we're trying to teach it how to deal with the behavioral response to a trigger or to a cause that's quite problematic. And in the presence of that situation, it isn't able to think and it isn't able to problem solve and therefore never gets to learn. The other problem associated with a training methodology that relates to dealing with symptoms is we stop the dog from giving us valuable communication about how it's actually feeling in the context of that stimulus or stress, and it then tends to hide the way that it feels. So the dog is flying blind and we have no idea how to resolve the issues. So this course is intended to take a great big step back and look at dog reactivity from a holistic point of view, where I'll be showing you what the main causes are that actually trigger the behavior, what the actual prompts that actually produce the behavior response are, how to actually get the dog to understand that there are much better structured ways to deal with the pressure and actually learn from a foundation level how to control its own arousal, excitability, frustration, and effectively the emotions behind the behavior response. And then we can start to apply those behaviors in the context of learning around similar things that trigger a behavior, but not necessarily as much stress as the dog, and eventually end up getting the dog in and around lots of other dogs. Also, in this course, I'll explain how it's really important that regardless of how much training we actually do in our home environment, in order to get the dog to be able to fully deal with other dogs and other distractions, we need to get it into a group environment which is structured and it's regulated to actually help the dog problem solve with lots of different breeds. So the final part of this course is about explaining how to integrate the training going forward into a group setting. Hope you find the course useful. Thanks again for your support.